What's
I
your reason?
done
No, you
passage
didn't
one
do
and passage
anything.
two, sure.
What
I
else is your
finished.
answer, Wong? You didn't upload your answer to our group chat, to our class.
Oh my.
So what's your explanation? Want to explain? It's been 2
Oh.
weeks. Not just 1 week, but 2 weeks. Nobody has done anything. Wait, đấy nè.
Cô chọn bài cà phê tiếng Anh đi.
Not just 1 week, it's been 2 weeks already, and I check again. I can still not see the answers.
Even one?
Not even a single person. Chẳng á.
Sao cô nhặt chân? Nhặt muỗng á, coi nhé.
And you complain that you cannot understand anything. Bây giờ thơ Nam, show your face. Oh, why are you hiding your face?
Cái yên.
Swollen? Okay, your eye has swollen, that's why. Nam, what's your reason? Nam is fully at home. Let's say they are working. Maybe I can answer a little bit, but Nam is a full-time student. Nam also didn't do his work.
Forgot to do.
Forgot. I reminded you on Monday last week as well.
I forget more time.
That for the second time.
Okay, so promise we'll finish this, okay, by Friday this week. Since we have to move on from this 3 form of questions, like we have form completion, true, false, not given, and matching heading. That's what we've been covering in the past. So I'll wait for your answers.
But actually, I'm sorry that I didn't do the homework, but actually, how many homework now actually?
Just this one more practice. We have
only this one, right?
2 passages and listening as well. In the weekly practice, that's what I gave you before we parted way 2 weeks ago.
Sure, what about the quiz in online? We don't have to do it.
You can do it more because I think those quizzes are all old right now. We did that already. And this is the latest exercises I gave you before we switch teachers and before you met Wong Vina for 2 weeks. That's what you had before he came. And now I come back and you still haven't finished what I gave you. That's the problem. All right, I give you an extension deadline until this Friday. Thơ thì mình không mấy đây à? Ai vậy này?
Chút nhiều.
Chút nhiều. Okay, ta. Thứ hai, let's just maybe 4 of us today. So again, today we'll be focusing on still reading to continue what we left off last time. So last time before we switch teachers, we were discussing on matching headings, and you will do your practice in our class. That's also a form of matching heading. So today we'll do another form of reading exercises, and that's called pick from a list. So picking from a list mostly appear in reading passage 2. Where are you going?
I go to take the pen.
Okay, well, hurry up.
And book.
So pick from a list is very similar to MCQ or multiple choice questions, but the only difference is there are more than one answers for these kind of questions, and that's what it looks like. So look at the sample right here. Tell me what is the question. What do they want you to look for?
The writer mentioned a number of factors related to poor communication. About factors.
Okay, factors. What kind of factors?
Mm.
Factors of what? that leads to one, that cause one?
C. There were insufficient
Not yet,
lifeboat.
no.
No?
I was just asking you about the question. So you said the question is the writer mentions a number of factors until disaster. That's the questions, right? What was the sentence? Which three of the following factors are mentioned? Is this also a question or instruction?
This is a question.
Mm,
No? Instruction?
victory.
I'm asking you. Nam, what do you think on which three of the following factors are mentioned? Is this a question or instruction?
Question.
Questions, okay. What about the first sentence? The writer until disaster. What is this, instruction or question?
Instruction.
Okay, instruction. Kun, what do you think on the first sentence on top? Is it a question or instruction? Like
The writer mentioned
yes.
instruction.
Okay, and this one is a question.
Yeah.
Thank you. Actually, for this form of questions, they put questions first. Like mostly the sentence that they gave you on top of this question-looking format is the real questions that you have to search the answer for. And this one right here, the question mark, is just an instruction. Why? Because you know how many choices you have to pick. So that's the instruction. The real question is like on page set, it's the first one. And you have to look for factors that are related to poor communication that cause a disaster. So here are the clues that you should search for. And the question looking one here is the instruction because you know how many answers you have to search for. So this kind of questions in reading is a little tricky. It's twisted, unlike normal questions, because they put questions first and instruction next. So how do you guys complete this format? Have you ever experienced this form of questions before?
Pick from the list. It's
Yes,
very hard.
it's very
I found
similar
one
to
of
MCQ.
yes.
One of what?
I used to see this before, right?
Yes, so it's in a lot of like reading. It's very common. It's also very common in listening as well. Pick from the list, like they give you one question and they ask to find a lot of answers. So what can be the tips that you might use to complete this form of questions successfully? Any solutions, any tips you want to suggest?
Tips.
Or you can just read this one first so you can get some idea first then. So it might be confusing with the MCQ, but there are 4 steps or 4 tips you can use as well to approach this question format. For example, number 1 is to make sure you understand instruction like we discussed earlier. You need to know how many answers you have to pick. Okay. Number 2, spend some time reading through the list of factors, but not too much, or you might remember that, or you might like memorize those factors and you might think that they are the answers. And then again, we use our scanning skill, like find keywords and scan the paragraph that might contain our answers. And you can also, maybe before you start scanning, you can look at the list in step 2 and then eliminate some of the steps that might not be the answers. So this one, we know that factors are about poor communication and we've got many choices. Choice A, do you think that is the factor about poor communication? Let's try to eliminate some of the unrelated lists. Traveling too fast, is this also a poor communication factor or no? A.
No, it is not a factor.
Okay. B, ships were not required to operate their wireless continually. Wireless.
Yes, I
Maybe,
think so.
okay.
Maybe.
There were insufficient lifeboats.
No,
No, okay. The Titanic's wireless was
that
not.
was not operating around the clock.
So wireless.
Yes, I think this one.
It might be about communication. Ice warnings were not dealt with systematically. Warnings.
No. Warning? No.
It's about
Maybe.
Titanic. Yes.
Maybe.
Wireless again. So maybe it's also about communication. Wireless again. And Captain Smith did not give his officers enough information. So
Enough information.
So from skimming through this list, we have taken out two choices, choice A and choice C, and we know they cannot be the answer because it's not about communication. So first tip is to understand your instruction. Nam và Yaon, I think it's the first time you see these questions. Nam?
Find the keywords. Eliminate the sentence that are not true.
Okay, thank you. And again, they use synonyms and paraphrasing in IELTS in any questions format. Okay, so let's go to a quick practice one. So we have a very short article right here, and we have two questions on picking from the list. First thing first, let's review our tip, understand instruction. So we've got, here's number one, the list below gives some of the advantages of employing older workers. Which two advantages are mentioned by the writer of the text? So what are the keywords? So first thing first, with the instructions, you have to find two answers down here. So what are the keywords that might help you get the answers? So earlier we know keywords were factors about poor communication. How about this one? Keywords are
Advantages and older workers.
very good. Advantages and older workers. We have finished keywords. Let's scan the list or skim the list thoroughly, quickly. What choices you can take out? Is there any, or they are all about the same topic?
Similar.
Very similar. Now, can you take out anything?
Very tricky.
No.
No, Bongkon, can you find anything that you might be able to take out?
F, they are prepared to work for lower salaries.
Are you sure they are not the advantage? Remember you said the keywords are advantages and older workers. So if you were the company owner and they are older workers are prepared to work for lower salaries, is that a good thing or a bad thing to you? To you. This question is from the perspective of the owner of the company now.
Oh.
So maybe no. Bongkon, can you find anything that you can like remove or eliminate?
I cannot take something out.
Okay. Let's go to one more question. It's very simple. One more. The list below gives some of the disadvantages of employing younger workers. Instruction, same thing. Pick two answers. So what are the keywords in the questions?
Disadvantage
and younger worker.
Okay, and we've got 6 choices. Anything you can remove?
Oh, I think this one we don't have to read the passage.
We will know, but we're just going through the steps. So you can
just
take some choices out.
You just
Exactly.
visual.
Just scan through it quickly, sorry, skim through it quickly, and take things that you believe are not about the questions, so you can eliminate and have fewer choices.
They may injure by themselves.
Okay, maybe. But
No.
that's the disadvantage. Won't remember disadvantage, bad thing. So if your staff injure themselves, you pay money for their injuries. They cannot come to work. It's your loss. So it's a bad thing.
Sure, I don't understand how to take out some answer.
No, it's just if you believe they cannot be the answer or they might not be the answer, you can remove them. But if you don't know or you cannot decide which one to remove, just leave them all right there and just get answer from the text.
Oh.
Okay, so remember our questions. One is advantage of old workers. One more is the bad things of younger workers. We'll go to our text right here.
Oh.
Read the text and get the answers. You can maybe take a picture of choices first if you want to. What's wrong, Wong?
I don't remember the question.
Here, questions. Maybe you can take a picture first then.
Okay, I take a screenshot. Oh, I think I should use two
device. Yes.
Two device to see the question. Can I do it?
Sure, you can take a screenshot of the questions and get another device to read the text. Oh, too sweet. All right, ready one. Okay, one more.
Oh, this is a older worker.
Okay, yes, older worker, advantages of older worker. One
I
more.
should use this tablet.
Okay. This one is disadvantages of younger workers. Ready?
Yes, already.
Okay, now let's go. Don't forget to remember the synonym and paraphrasing because you will not see the exact words in the text.
I think, teacher, when we do reading on the screen, I feel like inconvenient, like on the paper.
It's inconvenient because you cannot draw anything, but we have to get used to this because sooner or later we will turn to technology-based studying more in any fields.
Sometimes we have to scroll up and down, and very confusing.
Also, maybe when you're doing the exercises, notice if you can find the answers in the same order as the questions or not, or they just pop up anywhere, or are they in the right order as the question? Now I'm still like sketching your eyes.
A little sleepy.
Drink some water. Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my God, very good.
Or maybe splash water on your face, like wash your face. Okay, ready? Can we start checking the answers? Welcome back. Quách. Too many devices on.
Có tổng pin là mùi đấy. Only do
Both
one.
one, both answers, both questions. Advantages and disadvantages. It should be very quick because
Can I
it's
screenshot? Screenshot the yes one first. Okay. Okay.
you should have found the answers already. They are very easy because it's very short.
Yes.
All right, I think we shall check the answers. So question number one, advantages of employing older workers. So we've got two paragraphs. Which one talks about old workers or older workers? What's the second?
B and C.
Not that one. Which paragraph
B and C.
talks
No,
about
first one.
older workers?
The first second.
The first paragraph, okay.
The first
So advantages,
Yes.
let's hear from Bong Sakun first. Bong Sakun, what's your what is one of your answers to question 1? There should be 2 answers. Good. Number 1, well, tell us one of your answers. Good. Can you hear me, Bong? I don't think he hears us. Was it good? I don't think she should put 2 devices close to each other. It's gonna create like lots of white noise. Good. Can you tell us one of your answers, please? You have to move your tablet away from whatever device you're using on another one, or it will cause static noise more. Okay, you can answer now. It should be less static.
You hear me or not?
Yes, I can hear you now. Just one more. Just tell us one.
To see.
You chose C. Okay. Why did you think it is C? From what?
I see the meaning.
From the first paragraph.
Oh, actually,
remember, when you answer based on the passage, not on your understanding or outside fact.
outside the reading.
No, if you do outside reading in IELTS, you won't get score. So C, go back to black. Now, tell us one of your answer, please.
B.
B. Why B on? What proof did you use to get B as your answer?
They could spot a problem that
they could spot a problem before it blows up. Okay. Does Bong Pik agree with Nam's answer? Thank you.
Yes. B.
Okay, B. We have 2 similar answers, B and D. Why can't we choose D as the answer? They can deal with unexpected problems. What is the issue with letter D? Unexpected? See?
Unexpected problem.
But what is the keyword that you know that D is not the answer?
They can deal.
The word is?
Deal.
Deal, very good. Thank you all. The issue with letter D or choice D is the word deal with. Because in the passage, they only mention about spotting a problem, not dealing with it. So D can never be the answer. It's a wrong choice. The only choice is B, predict and spot, similar meaning. All right, Bong Pik, one more choice, please.
For me, it's G.
You think G. What is your reason?
Yeah.
Why?
An ability to handle people diplomatically.
Diplomatically. All right. So ability to handle people diplomatically. You think that phrase explains choice G. They are more skilled in personal relationships. What do you think this phrase means? Handle people diplomatically. Handle people diplomatically. Mostly when old people work, do they
personal relationship?
Thank you. They don't mix their own personal problem with their professional problem. Like if they hate someone outside their work, they will not bring it to the workplace. Let's say you and Thầy Nam hate each other outside. And because you cannot handle people diplomatically, you hate Nam's work, no matter how good he does his work. But for old people, no, they can distinguish. things like personal and professional things clearly. That's why. Very good. So we've got two answers, B and G. What these advantages of younger workers? What are the options?
C and E.
C and E.
And E.
Nam, did you get the same choices?
Yeah.
Yes, Wong Sukun, did you get the same answer as your friends?
Yeah.
Yeah. So from the passage, what can you use to support your answers? Yes, Luna.
What?
Yes, clearly mình thấy cái answer kẻ ở bậc sao? Cho người gia Việt Nam ghê vậy. Rồi, bằng tiền.
Explain. Why did you believe it is
Explain right for the.
C and E? Explain.
Okay, he say. Okay.
I cannot explain.
How did you get the answer then? Like, what made you choose those choices?
I think Nam and Pek choose the answer.
And I asked you if you had the same answer.
Also, you
you have to like be quick more because we have time limited for reading it. Only
yes,
an hour, 3 passages, and we only have 2 short paragraphs in this one. All right, Nam, explain choice C. Oh, where can we find choice C? About they do not stay with the company for very long.
In fact, young people tend to switch jobs so frequently that they offer the most returns on training.
Okay, very good. So they're using paraphrasing, not synonym. Or choice A, but where can you find choice A?
Choice A is no better. Okay, besides the education standard are much better than those of today's high school graduates.
Thank you. All right, let's notice one thing together. So for this one, you see B and G as the answers, but can you find the information in the passage in the same order? Does choice B comes first, or does choice G come first in the passage? This is choice G. No, okay. This is choice B.
They are not in order.
Very good. So another thing you have to notice is that the answers might not appear in the same order in the passage. They will jumble it. But you see this one first, but this one comes in the last choice in the question. Like you see choice B first, but choice B comes after choice G. So another thing to remember is answers do not come in the order. All right, that's one of the questions of today. We'll look at one more.
No.
Yes, ma'am. Any problem? Pick from the list. It's very common, but mostly you only have 2 questions for this one in the passage. There won't be many, unlike true false not given questions. It is considered a small item because mostly the most that you will experience are 2 major of them. Any problem so far before I move on to another reading questions format?
No.
Okay, Nam, no. Very good. Nam, are you like a little familiar now? Because it might be new to you.
Yeah.
Okay, it's fine now. Very good. But it's frozen. I think it's his internet connection. Like left. But any problem before we move on?
No.
Nope. Okay. Mongkon, welcome back, Mong. Do you have any problem before we move on to another form of questions? Not really clear, Bong. You have to speak louder.
Oh, it's a little slow.
It's fine, Bong. You can leave your camera off like that. If your internet is too slow for the camera, it's fine. Let's go to another questions of today's. Let's just look at two things today. So one more question type that we'll be looking at today is summary completion. Okay, it is very similar to form completion last time. It looks very similar, but it is different because it is a summary. So you have to understand the text to be able to finish this questions format. So for summary completion, there are two types. Type 1, you will be given words in the box and you will be using the words to complete the summary. Another type is you have to use the words you can find from the passage to complete in the summary. So it looks like this. So type 1, see, they give you choices to fill in the passage. One more type is they give you blanks and you fill in your own words and they give you instruction how many words you have to complete. So that's two types of summary completion. So you need a combination of skills to complete this question. Complete these questions. You need to do skimming so you understand the general meaning of the text. Do scanning to get the specific information. You need to identify keywords again, like in any question form. Synonym again, and use context to make predictions, like what words should go in the blanks, what part of speech. It's the same thing as form completion. So, any tips? It is very similar to our old form of reading questions, the form completion one. Do we have any tips? For this kind of questions, do you read the questions first or like the text first? Which one should be the best option? Text or questions? Text, okay. I already uploaded a video to our class regarding this. You should go and watch the video because they have detailed information on this whole reading format for you to complete. But first thing first, maybe like Nam said, you should skim the text first so you know what it's about. So read the instruction. Carefully if you have to use your own word or use the words given. What else? Find the words that helps you locate the answers.
Slow, very slow.
It's different from the first one, the first reading format that we did, a form completion, because this one is a summary. So you need to understand the text to be able to complete this questions form. Okay. For example, let's have a quick look at the questions. So first thing first, understand instructions. So read this one, skim this one quickly. Tell me what they want you to do. Skim the questions quickly and tell me what they want you to do.
Complete the summary.
Complete summary.
Using the
Use word from the passage or use word from the box?
Start from the box.
From the box A
Okay.
to G.
Very good. Are there more choices or more gaps or like even the same number?
There are more choices.
There are more choices. Okay. So I want to try this one. So please screenshot the questions before I scroll to go to our reading section passage. It's very short. It has only 4 questions because our passage is also very short, like only 2 paragraphs.
Oh, this is a summary.
Yeah, well, it's a summary completion.
Summary paragraph.
It might be a little challenging because it's the whole passage like making shortened to a few sentences.
Everything is difficult.
No, well, the form completion one was a lot easier than this one. All right, let's go to the text. So we only had 2 big paragraphs of the text. Let's do this. Maybe it's bigger
my
for you
God.
to see. No, the video block. Okay, should be bigger now. So there are only 2 big paragraphs, and you have a summary.
Slow again.
Read it and get the answer.
Wait.
All right, time's up. Let's go. So let's look at the question since you finished in the text already. Number one, they talk about the wheel is one invention that has had a major impact on blank aspects. So what do you think might be the answer? Like adjective, noun, verb, or what?
Adjective.
Adjective.
Attitude.
Okay. Number two, as blank as. In the middle,
Adjective.
adjective again.
Attitude.
Number three, after very.
Attitude.
Adjective.
Adjective.
Number four, after to be. Adjective again.
Attitude.
Okay, adjective.
Adjective.
Look at our answer choices.
And-
All are adjective except material is a noun. All right.
No, except the
Let's check our text. Number one, the keyword is what? Wheel.
the
Okay.
key is wheel. The wheel.
Wheel. Yes, the wheel is one keyword, and invention and aspects of life. Let's go. So where can you find the answers to number one? Where is
Have-
wheel invention?
May have transformed our material existence.
Okay, may have transformed our material existence. So the answer to
Our
number
material
one.
existence.
So what is the answer to number
Original.
one?
Original. An original
Can you
aspect
see
of
the
life.
word original in the text? Is
I
there
think
such a thing?
fundamental.
Yeah, see.
Fundamental? Can you see fundamental in the text on? They only said something about transform our material existence.
Transform our material existence. Existence mean original, right?
Our existence mean our existence, like why are we here, for example? Like we exist in the society, in the world.
Fundamental.
It's called existence. Fundamental, okay. Read from other inventions until existence. Is there a key term that give you fundamental or original as the answer? Can I do drawing on here?
Original. No.
Which what is original one? From other until existence.
I think it's the keyword is the
The answer to this one is very unexpected because you might not have thought that
Existence.
the answer.
Material existence.
The answer to number one is material.
Oh,
material.
Yes.
material.
Because here they said a major impact on. Remember paraphrasing synonym? Major impact on. This one they said transform. May have transformed. So when something have impact on something, it means it might transform that thing into something else. So the answer is material.
cái khác
Yes,
cái như một chia là first station chiếng first station gỡ material là không đã.
So
Material
major
aspect of
impact
life.
on material aspects. Aspect
So,
means that part of our life. Like this one, transform material, our material. See? I cannot highlight this. It's a picture. I should know that one. Number two, but no impact has been as blank as. All right, so we know material is the answer. Continue reading from but. It's the same but. Language is what makes human, blah, blah, blah. Read the first paragraph. What's the answer? So we know the real invention makes our material aspects change, but no other invention may be as the language.
Language and originate from it.
Okay, let's
It
go.
originates.
So no impact has been as blank as the language. As
Original.
original.
As-
Okay, original.
As
one
fundamental.
option. Fundamental, two options, second options.
Has
Now,
been
Original.
original, okay. So we have two people pick original and one person
Vậy
pick
thì là
fundamental. Tiên có muốn anh nhỉ? So what does fundamental mean?
Originate, right? Origin.
Fundamental.
Basic. The basic.
Yeah, đồng pi đồng bọn.
Only one more. So what does fundamental mean?
Fundamental, like
Basic.
Basic, but is it important?
basic, original, or differential.
Is the word fundamental expressing importance?
Yes, fundamental is the most important.
Thank you. So here, all other inventions pale in significance
Oh,
Significant.
compared to
fundamental.
language. Yes, the answer is
Fundamental.
fundamental. Okay, reverse structure.
Ôi thời mùi.
Fundamental is the answer because this one they
Oh my
said
God.
no impact has been as fundamental as that of language គេធ្វើ structure អញ្ចឹង but in the passage គេថា compared to language មក
ឃើញ developer នេះ sick ខ្ញុំឃើញ sick នេះ
other inventions pale មានថាវាមានសំខាន់នេះ pale insignificance អញ្ចឹងមានន័យថាភាសាវា fundamental ជាងអីទាំងអស់អញ្ចឹងគេ reverse structure មកហើយ it's a reversing structure. Language is very blank yet composed of just a small number of sounds.
Very easy.
No.
Yet មក yet ចាំថា yet គឺ contrast ហើយត្រូវអត់គេថា language ហ្នឹងគឺវាប៉ុន្តែវា compose only small number of sounds. It's a contrasting.
Difficult.
You cannot say easy because if you put easy, they will not use yet. They will say and. It has the same meaning.
So difficult.
So we have original, okay? We have original. We have difficult.
Oh, difficult.
Any other possible answers? So we have original and difficult.
Can be A and B.
A and B and C. Okay, go.
A B, only A B.
Make it original. So A, B, and C.
Oh.
Complex.
Complex, difficult.
Oh, yeah.
You guys make me
But I
complex.
don't think it's complex, right?
No, complex difficult.
Also, think of the meaning of the word, like difficult and complex are different, okay? Think.
Similar or not?
They are different ones. If you say something is difficult, it means it is hard to be done. If you say something is complex, it means it's challenging and complicated. That's complex.
Oh, language is difficult, not complex.
Okay, right here. Language is foremost, not just because it came first. In its own right, it is a tool of extraordinary sophistication based on an idea of ingenious simplicity. Okay.
Complex.
What is what they say about like
complex
sounds? Yes, the answer is complex.
Complex is the synonym of sophistication.
Yes, very good one. Complex is the answer. Remember, this one easy is wrong because they use yet. Yet is a contrasting coordination conjunction. Last one. Language appears to be blank to use. However, its sophistication is often overlooked. You can guess this answer very easily.
Appear to be admired.
Easy to use.
Admire to use?
Oh no. Oh, easy. Yes, easy.
Easy, yes. The answer is easy to use. It's very easy to guess. Here, you can find that in the text. I forgot the line. Here, simplicity, this marvelous. So from simplicity until our soul. So if you read these whole things right here, you will be able to make inference that the answer is easy because they use paraphrasing and changing structure. So first practice, Mayai, how is it?
I got all wrong.
You got all wrong now? Don't worry, we'll practice more. Don't worry. It's a piece of cake.
Oh my God.
For this type, we have to do more practice because it's very challenging. All right, go to one more. It's a little easier now since you use words from the passage. So this one, how many words can you use to complete in each blank?
No more than two.
No more than 2 words. Very good. And we have 5 blanks, and you use the answers from the passage. All right. So the passage is this one, and we have 5 questions. Here's the summary. So same thing. Screenshot first the questions. So no more than 2 words, and
Summary.
use our tips. Like you can start guessing the context, like what word might be the answers in the blanks, and find keywords so you can get the questions and locate the information from the text. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go read the passage together. I'll give you 10 minutes. អត់ដាក់ម៉ោង ឃើញចង់កន្លះម៉ោង 10 minutes. Let's check the answer. Number 1, consumers often complain that they experience a feeling of blah, blah, blah when trying to put together do-it-yourself products. Okay. So what's the answer?
DIY.
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 Now, what's the answer?
Frustration. Like doing the exercise now.
Very good.
Oh, no.
The answer is frustration.
Correct.
Very good.
Like what we feel now.
ចុះគេប្រើអនោះ
Double boy.
Like what? Yes.
គេប្រើអនចុះ expand មិនចម្លើយចឹង
Feeling of wrong. Frustration is your feeling, not expenses. Expense is the money you spend, right? So you cannot say feeling of expense.
Okay.
Thank you. Continue. So which have not been tested by companies. Okay. So the DIY products haven't been tested on what? On who?
First time user.
Yeah.
First time
The same answer.
Very good. On first time user, here. Few companies seem to test the instructions. Let's wait for Nam. Nam is coming back. Welcome back on. We up number 2 now. First time user right here. So they seem to test the instructions by having them followed by a first time user. That's the end of number 2. Number 3. In situations where not keeping to the correct procedures could affect safety issues, it is especially important that what is not left out.
Information. Legal or official, right?
No one. Continue from first time user. What?
Essential information.
Essential.
Essential
Very
information.
Good. Essential. That's the answer. It's omitted. So this one, they said it's important.
Left out.
Yes.
In
It's
summary.
not left out.
Very
Left
good. Number 4, a certain amount of consumer stage assumption. Assumption.
Knowledge.
What?
Special knowledge.
Okay.
Degree.
Special knowledge.
Degree.
Degree.
No, it's not knowledge.
Special knowledge. Nam, what's your answer?
No.
What's your answer, Nam? I can't hear you on.
I'm not sure.
What do you put in your paper, in your answer sheet?
Special knowledge.
Okay, Bong Put said degree.
Special knowledge I
think
No, we'll
think
wait.
special knowledge.
I think.
I know Bong, but I'm asking Bong Put what his answer is.
Oh, number 4 chơi.
Number 4, yes.
Special knowledge.
Yes, number 4, special knowledge.
Let's see. So they talking about something like assumption, blah, 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 a stage.
Amount of nó sao là amount of.
Yes, certain amount of here is the same meaning as some
Degree.
of.
Yeah.
Very good.
Degree.
Special knowledge. Number 5, last one.
Oh
We
my
talk
God.
about some lawyers, and then they said lose faith in. What's the answer?
Lose faith in legal formulations.
Very good name. Legal
Oh my God.
formulations. Nice one on.
Wow.
The key is here. Draw the attention to the need for
Attention.
confidence.
The need confidential.
Because people are no longer confident about legal formulations. That's why they said lose faith in.
Oh my God.
So here are the answers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Formulation.
All right, so far so good.
Two mistake.
2 mistakes out of 3. It's fine. Well, it could be 60%.
But sometimes mistake all.
How's everything now? So far so good.
Slow chơi internet slow mà này.
Let's hope that so far so good. We looked at 2 forms of questions today.
Yes, it's good.
Take from the list and the summary completion. So on Wednesday, we'll look at the last 2 of Unit 3, and we'll also go back to our listening, revise something and touch something else more. Okay, so far so good. On Friday, we'll have our first quiz that we will consider your points.
Oh.
So we'll do our first quiz on Friday.
What about Wednesday?
Wednesday, we're studying more.
Listening?
Yes, continue the reading, listening, and continue until Friday, because the quiz you can't do it yourself. We'll just do the listening in class, but you can do reading outside the class. It's in the same structure, the online one, where you will get your answer immediately after completion.
Oh my God.
I'll upload the slides to our class so you can refer back to it for more information. All right, so any problems so far before we end today's class? I'm sorry I kept you until 6:45 because we started late as well. Again now, are you awake now?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, if no information, have a good evening. Enjoy your dinner and your sleep. I'll see you on Wednesday.
Okay.
See you. Bye.
Bye.
See you.